3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Wonder how many times I should do that before I know if I'm live or not. What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture. It is July 12th, 2018. Doing a little live stream. Did a Digibyte video earlier, but right now I want to talk about Bitcoin and Litecoin. I want to briefly look at the charts in this video. So if you're a replay viewer, that's what we're going to do. I will be chatting with obviously people in the stream, so please be patient with that. But we're going to do that. We're going to look at Bitcoin, Litecoin charts a little bit. And I'm doing this live stream because I really want to talk about the Wall Street cheat sheet. Say that 3 times fast. Because, I don't know, it's just been on my mind lately. I like the mental aspect of this crypto space. I like the mental aspect of the charts. I like the mental aspect of the momentum behind the charts and the market behind the charts. Like, what are people doing? Where are we in the mental regard? So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the cheat sheet. I have some thoughts on it. I want to get your thoughts. That's kind of why I wanted to do a live stream, so I can talk with all of you and we can kind of like brainstorm about it. So what's up, everybody? I see some people in the chat. We've got Mexican Charlie Lee is here. We got Silver is Money. What's up? What's up, Ralph? How's it going? Bud Brew. Steven is in the house. What's up, dude? What's going on, man? Conspiracy Couch and Sean Green is here. So I'm gonna hop in. Obviously, I want to kind of get this underway, but I want to talk about the Bitcoin reverse head and shoulders I've been talking about in the last, I don't know, few days to a week or so. But here's a tweet. This was from, I think, late last night. Yeah, I'm up at 3 a.m. just like doing this stuff. So it says, this reverse head and shoulders we've been tracking on Bitcoin is setting up really nicely thus far. Need bounce soon though. So we were around $6,200. And I remember when I went to bed last night, I posted this tweet too. I said, don't do it Litecoin, don't break that support. I hope the bulls get my SOS. I'm going to bed. Because I had that, that previous low around $73. You see that red 4-hour candle right there, and I just had this feeling I was going to wake up and we're going to be below that 73 low. So we didn't break that low. I woke up and we were still above. That's good. But where are we now? We haven't moved that much. Obviously, we are up a few dollars since that $74 post last night. But let's start at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is really what I'm keeping my eye on because we have this reverse head and shoulders that we've been talking about, right? And we're kind of like in that second shoulder, and we're right at the peak there. And so far, support has held. And with this downtrend that we've been in, it's actually pretty nice to see because we have a possible turn in the market. It is a possible turn. I'm not trying to be like overly optimistic with the market right now, but we really do. So the reverse head and shoulders is indicative of that. We did have that resistance right there at the 50 EMA. We were really hoping to break above that on the daily. We didn't. But if we can form a new low here, right, and above this previous low, we can actually start seeing some momentum to start forming higher highs now because we have this previous high, and this low kind of matches this support area that happened back in mid-June, and it was just a lower low. So it's nice to see support there right now, and we can get a possible bounce for a new higher high above the 50 EMA to confirm the reverse head and shoulders. And if you want to look at the 4-hour, and actually before I look at the 4-hour, I do want to point something out because the reason that I feel a little bit more strongly about this possible reverse head and shoulders, Bull Shark 99 cents, appreciate that, Bull Shark. I like your name too. Thank you so much for that. So the daily chart, I want to point this out. You can see, I don't know if you remember, I did a video on this probably a week, or when was this? Let's see, 7, 8. I imagine it was like probably 5 to 7 days ago. I did a video when we were right at around 100 on the stock RSI, and I mentioned probably bouncing off of that for a pullback, possibly not going all the way down into an oversold area, but in a healthy manner, bouncing off that stock RSI 100 to pull back a little bit, to consolidate a little bit. And it wouldn't be a bad thing because it would set up this reverse head and shoulder that we're now in. And that's kind of what's happened. You can see the stock RSI, we're approaching 20 soon, and that's good in my opinion. We have a little bit downward momentum. We want to be careful that doesn't lead into new lows. We definitely want to hold this previous low at around $5,800. But for right now, in terms of this reverse head and shoulder, it's good. So if you look at the 4 hour, simply put, we're just looking for kind of a new higher low from these previous lows, right? And then obviously we need to break this stinking $6,700 area. We've had some trouble with it, but if we can, we'd be breaking the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, as well as obviously the 50 EMA, and we'd get this turn that we need at 50 crossing above the 200. So that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. Litecoin will pretty much probably follow what Bitcoin is doing. Obviously, it seems like Digibyte is one of the only ones not following exactly what Bitcoin is doing lately. But you can see Litecoin also holding support here above these previous lows, similar to what Bitcoin is doing. However, there isn't really a reverse head and shoulder in play on Litecoin. But since Litecoin's probably going to follow Bitcoin, it's not a terrible thing. Litecoin can still look very bullish right now, simply because if this does form as a new low, as a new higher low, we would be looking for new highs above this previous high that we had at $90. So that's on the daily. Obviously a little bit longer term. It could be some time before we get above 90. But if we trade sideways here for a while and then have an eventual bull run and above 90, you can see we'd have a higher high, and then we can start working our way out of this ditch that we're in. Steven Herzog says, "You the man, how about the LED?" Steven, I appreciate that, dude. Come on, you know it's unnecessary. You do not have to be sending me super chats, but it's so appreciative. I'm so appreciative. So Steven's asking about the LED, which, there it is. I mean, I'm pretty irresponsible. John Kim is in the house, and John sent me this LED to give away, and I need to give it away. So maybe right now we can kind of brainstorm how this is going to go down, because I picked a winner, when we hit 10,000 subscribers, and that winner emailed me and basically said, Dan, I'm in Australia. It's going to be too much trouble to do this, the shipping and all that. So can you please give this away to somebody else? I definitely plan on giving this away to somebody else, and I apologize I've been delaying that. I think getting married played a little part in me procrastinating, but there it is. I want to give it away because I have two. There's the other one. Oh, the colors on that one look really nice. So maybe in tomorrow's video, what I'll do is at the beginning of a video, I'll announce to give this away for comments, for all of you to leave a comment in the chat, and I'll pick a random comment to give this away because it needs to get done. So actually, Steven, thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing that up to me. So yeah, Litecoin kind of following Bitcoin needs to break $90 on the daily. We need to get that higher high to turn this ship around, and it will look awesome. I mean, if you look at the charts, seeing support where we are right now in terms of Litecoin, and I'm gonna try and clean this up a little bit. So let's remove drawing tools. So if you look at Litecoin in this downward trend, and it's very similar on Bitcoin, you see these wedges, these lower highs that we form, right? What's cool right now is we formed this lower high, and when we came back down, we didn't break previous lows like we've been doing. So it's just a really good sign, and it's very similar to what happened on the second bottom. So again, not trying to be overly optimistic, overly bullish, but it's a good indicator in terms of charts. So we'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, right now it's $77, nothing crazy. Hopefully we break up and not down. Red or rad, 99 cents, man. I appreciate that. Really do. Thank you so much. This super chat is super. So what I want to talk about in this video, I wanted to briefly go over some charts. I don't want to kind of repeat myself. I know I've done a video on that reverse head and shoulders on Bitcoin. I want to talk about this. Can you guys, I just want to make sure you can see that. Hopefully that's big enough for you all to see. I guess I can try and zoom in a little. There we go. So, yeah, everybody, you can, if you want one of these LED lights, John Kim's in this chat, so you can follow him on Twitter and he'll give you a discount code. So make sure you do that. Okay, so the Wall Street cheat sheet of market cycles. I did something. I went into this chart and I'm trying to figure this out because I'm trying to figure out where we are in this cycle. And I think I came to a conclusion about an hour ago, which is to say, I don't think this cheat sheet works very well in regards to crypto. And I'm going to talk about why I think that is. So let's do it. Right now, this is how I started. I looked at this area over here, disbelief, when we kind of come out of the actual, so I like reverse engineered this chart to kind of try and figure out where we are. So I took this disbelief and I compared this area of disbelief coming out of a bear market, and I took it and I compared it to the last bear market that we actually had, and I started there. I started trying to put where I think we are right here at disbelief. So Conspiracy Couch thinks we're at anger. And how about that? How about you guys put where you think we are right now? So I'm gonna go to my chart, and this is what I did. I reverse engineered it, and this is what I came up with. So here's the last bear market that we were in, right? And you can see on the cheat sheet, there's the bear market, there's the end of it coming out of it, there's that disbelief area. So I marked that right around here. This is the end of it. This is like the depression area. And I marked disbelief as we kind of come out and then fall back down. So that disbelief area this is a sucker's rally. Not many people believing it. And that's pretty much what happened here. And then I kind of followed the chart from there. And so there's disbelief, and here it is over here. And then I follow the chart: hope, optimism, belief, and thrill, right? So we had hope, optimism right here, belief, thrill, euphoria, all the way at the top there. And this is where I'm like hitting some issues. I'm hitting some issues here. We had euphoria, and complacency was next on the cheat sheet. So here's complacency, and I'm having trouble now with anxiety, denial, and panic. So anxiety, denial, and panic. And this is where I kind of want your thoughts of where we are, because I'm torn. I don't feel like we've had that panic stage. So that panic stage, everyone's selling, I need to get out now, capitulation, things go crazy. I said it in the live stream last night. I don't feel like we've had that. And I want to kind of get an idea if you feel like we've had that. So my biggest question for all of you that are in the chat right now is, I guess, if you think that we've had the panic, the capitulation, everybody getting out, and you can see it, I'm getting 100% out of the markets. I can't afford to lose more. If you think we've had that, press 1 right now. And if you don't think we've had the capitulation and panic, press 2 right now, because I'm curious. I don't really think we've had it. So I'm going to wait a second to see what you all say. Eduardo says 2. We haven't had it. 1, 2. So we're 50-50. I feel like every time I do these polls, we're like 50-50. We definitely have a lot of people, actually, maybe it's a little bit more, people don't think we've gotten there yet. And that says a lot, in my opinion. So someone pressed 5. So I don't think we've been there. One thing I also want to point out is, and this is kind of why I don't think it's accurate, because if you look at the cheat sheet, a bear market generally in the stock market lasts 12 to 15 months. or 365 to 450 days, okay? With an average loss of 35%. So this is the thing that's really throwing me off, and it kind of confuses me, which is to say, if you kind of go back, right, and we can look at what that price range was. So, and this is kind of like not exact, but gives you a good idea. So from high to low, 86%. So right there, I mean, crypto markets obviously don't really follow the same rules as the stock market. That's definitely not an average loss of 35%. So right there, that kind of disproves the relevancy of comparing the stock market cheat sheet to crypto markets. So, and then we can really look at where we are right now, even price range from euphoria stage, which I think everybody can agree on that, at least the euphoria stage, to basically where, we've had a low, 71%. So let's say we go to 86%. Where would that take us? That would take us down to $2,700 Bitcoin. And that would take us around to that previous belief stage, I would say. So I don't know. Is that accurate? Do you guys think that a capitulation is still in play here if we were to kind of hit an 85% type of loss in the markets? So that's kind of my take. I don't know if we're going to go that low, but it's definitely interesting to look at and compare with the cheat sheet. I don't know. I could be way wrong, but I don't think we've had that capitulation yet. So maybe capitulation will happen, and the proof of that will be when I do live streams like this. There will be maybe 20 people watching, and not over 100. I mean, that could be a possibility, right? So what do you all think? I'm kind of curious. I just kind of want to visit the chats and see what you all are saying. So Litecoin Moses is going to be a millionaire. Okay, so Jason thinks we're in depression. So where's depression? Depression. So wow, so you think we're at the end. Jason thinks we're at the end. John Kim, people throw out bear market because they have never experienced one. The question is, in crypto, will the bear market last long? A lot of people are thinking this cheat sheet is sped up in regards to crypto. So it's not going to last 15 months, it's going to be quicker. The thing that throws all this out the window, I think, is the adoption that could possibly be happening very quickly, right? Things like ETFs happening. Things like that could just completely throw this out the window, and we can have a bull run, next week. So it's really, you got to take it with a fine grain of salt. Your stock lost 70 to 80%, you'd panic. So John says it's consolidation. Okay, so John doesn't even think we are in any type of bear market right now. John, you think we're in a correction. Carbon Craft asks, are you depressed, people? Yeah, what's everybody feeling right now? Are you feeling depressed? Anger? I know I see a lot of comments, and you're definitely feeling, some people are definitely feeling angry. Man. Cryptonaut, I think we could very well be moving out of depression into disbelief. I definitely don't think we're in that area yet. Eric Garza's girlfriend, you are wrong. I'm shouting Eric out right now. Shout out to Houston, Eric Garza, and his girlfriend who doesn't believe in him. Just kidding. Proud Dad says buying opportunity, couldn't agree more. I think it's relative because it's a chart displaying human psychology to greed and loss. Interesting point. It is greed versus loss. No depression, all positive vibes here. I agree. I mean, I think a lot of long-term holders really don't even care about this chart. Like John Kim, right? He's one of them. I don't think John cares if it's a consolidation, a pullback, or a bear market. John, like myself, and many of you were long-term holders in this market, so I don't really think it matters to most of us. It doesn't matter to me where we are. If we're at anxiety and we still have another 40% to go, it doesn't matter. But obviously, if we're in depression coming out of that would be phenomenal. I would love to form a bottom here, as would all of you. Litecoin Moses, if you stay in cryptos, prosperity will come to you. Decentralized TV. Did PETA say that? Litecoin Moses? Is that a PETA quote? What's up, everyone? PETA, yeah. Decentralized TV. Charlie, I've been in crypto for a few years. What's Charlie saying? This is a regular correction. So Charlie, I'm just curious. Obviously, John Kim thinks the same thing, but Charlie, when would you think this, so you think it's a correction right now, when do you think it would go from a correction to a bear market? Like, what has to happen for you to think, all right, this is a bear market? Omar, I wait until 2022. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I think accumulating right now is a very good idea. Corporation, that was a Peter quote. I wasn't even aware that was a Peter quote, but it's a good quote by PETA at Decentralized TV. I like his production. I like Decentralized TV. I like Crypto Daily's a man. I want to do like a collaboration with Crypto Daily so bad. It would be awesome to do something funny and like just fun. I think he's in Canada. I will go to Canada to collab with Crypto Daily. Steven Herzog, John Kim, that's why I'm loading now because I don't want to miss out. Speaking of favorite YouTubers, did you guys see Tyler S's intro today? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play Tyler S right now. And press 1 if you think Tyler should do a live stream. Look at this intro. It's so good.
Tyler S. Crypto Original. Litecoin Crypto. Bitcoin. Digibyte. Litecoin. Crypto. Litecoin Bitcoin. Digibyte. Crypto.
Look at that. Come on.
Alright, I hope I voted.
That's awesome. Tyler S. Look at all these ones, Tyler. I'm doing this for you. You need to do a live stream, buddy. So those are my thoughts on what I've been thinking. Please tell me the bottom right now so I can make back my $5,000. To corporation. Thanks, dude. We are in 4 times speed bear markets of 2014 to 2016, says Bruce. And a lot of people think that. I've seen that a ton, that it's a sped up version of the bear market that happened 2014 to 2016. Like what I have on this Bitcoin chart is, I actually feel, so looking back actually, this disbelief out of the last bear market to, thrill and euphoria, I think that's all pretty accurate. I don't think there's much wrong right there. I think that's pretty much following the rules of this cheat sheet. What gets me is this downtrend. That's what gets me, right? And, I don't know. I think there's the capitulation in 2015, January 2015. If you look back there's that capitulation and then the depression, but I just can't find that on today's chart. I feel like it hasn't happened. And maybe it never will. Maybe it's not going to follow this exact psychology because too much is happening right now in crypto. If there's any saving grace to not seeing more capitulation, it is because too much is happening right now in crypto, and the bulls are going to step in first. And I think it's a great possibility of that happening. So we'll see. Justin, hey, so actually while we're doing this live stream, if you guys should go follow John Kim's YouTube channel. John has a new YouTube channel. and it's pretty clutch. He does some good videos. If you're looking for somebody to follow and subscribe to on YouTube that has good content, go follow him right now. Many of you might already. And wait, why does it say this channel doesn't exist, John? Am I trying to get people to go subscribe and you don't even have a channel anymore? So the other one I want you to go follow, if you're not following, you're crazy, would be the Light School. The Light School. Where is he? The Light School. Go follow E at the Light School. Amazing content also. So here's a link. John Singleton says you should reach out to Trezor, Keep Key, and Ledger. They would probably hook you up with some hardware wallets for a review. It's not a bad idea. I have Nano Ledger Nano. So good, Stephen Herzog, you're following E at the Light School. Will Robin bring in volume? I suppose. I suppose. What I'm really curious of is when Gemini. I'm curious to see what happens with Gemini when that happens. Breaking rules. First it's Robinhood, and now John Kim's channel. You're having one of them days. Yeah, I don't know what happened, and somebody commented to delete the Robinhood app and re-download it, because right now it's saying that I don't have access, but my state does have access. So I'm curious to see if that happened to any of you guys. I'm really curious to see what happened to John Kim's channel. I don't understand why it's not working. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the markets. I don't know where we are. I really don't. And I think that's okay. We don't always need to know. We don't always need to have momentum taking us comfortably in a certain direction. So right now we are in uncertainty. Is uncertainty on here? Because that's where we are. But what's cool is even if we're in, let's say, even denial and panic hasn't even happened yet, these prices, long term, these prices are amazing. These prices are still good. These prices are still good for accumulation, and if we go lower, the prices will be good for averaging down. If you get stuck down there, so this channel is very long-term oriented, so it's definitely not a trading channel. So don't take that advice and start buying. This is not financial advice. So yeah, it looks like most people are able to use. Steven says, Dan, do I have your permission to pump your channel on Robinhood? Crypto Hippie says, I doubt we go lower than the November lows. So let's see where the November lows are. November lows, you're talking right around 54, so $5,500. So let's zoom in on this daily. $5,500 November lows. Well, November lows, 5,400. I mean, I have that sense too. At least I have that sense, and I've talked about this in a video. If we do break this previous low, I think the next place to go would be from that 50 EMA, would be around $5,500, which from that 50 EMA bounce is right around that 20% mark. So, which is typically in these wedges what Bitcoin does, 15-20% from the 50 EMA bounce to form the new lower low. So let's talk about that real quick before then I'll end this video. But if we actually break down, I think $5,500 is a key area of support to form that new lower low, and then a bounce back up. So a bounce back up in this downtrend. Eventually, I think we're going to form a bottom, and then we will eventually, whether it's now or then, start forming higher highs and higher lows. And then the question will be, are we just going to hit another lower high right? And then bounce back off of that and keep going in this extended bear market. So I'll end with this. If that did happen, this is like a very bearish scenario, and we followed that rule of around, what was it, 365 to 450 days, right? So up to 450 days. That takes us to March of 2019 for a possible bottom. If it followed that rule of the cheat sheet and the typical stock market, bear market, the length of time up to 450 days average, that's kind of what it would look like. This is pretty much probably what it would look like. Depression and then break back up. So either way, nobody knows what's going to happen. All speculation. Everybody tell your friends, tell strangers. Dude, you're awesome. Steven. John Singleton says, guys, everything you purchase on Robinhood is synthetic. You're not supporting crypto if you buy through them. So John is not a fan of Robinhood. Eduardo, Bitcoin to 4,000. Eduardo, my chart that I just drew kind of takes us right around to 4,000, 3,500. Silver Dollar Bill says, I got on Robinhood but said Litecoin was unavailable. And that's what happened to me. Somebody commented to delete the app and re-download it, which I'm probably going to try once I get done this live stream. Eric Garza, I agree. Aber is really good. I love the app as well. Do I think Litecoin will hit 40? I think if Litecoin hit 40, I don't think it would happen I don't think it's going to happen let me go to the daily on Litecoin. If Litecoin hit $40, I don't believe it's going to happen in this wedge that we're in. We've had these wedges to form these lower lows. I think it would happen after a next bounce, a lower high, and then it would happen in this next wedge if this downward market continues. But listen, we could be $73 this could be the last time you ever see $73 in Litecoin. It really could be. So prepare for either or. I know that's tough to do because you're like, well, if this is the bottom, I want to accumulate. I want to get everything I can possibly get right now. But if it's not the bottom, I want to wait for the bottom. So you gotta find what you're comfortable with and invest wisely and don't spend more than you can afford to lose. So those are my thoughts. I wanted to share them with you. Thank you all for sharing your thoughts with me. That's kind of why I did this. Wanted to see what you all thought, and let's see what happens. Hopefully we get some moves. When did I do this video? 7/14. I said we should make a move out of this range by July 14th. So I kind of still think that if this is a bottom, I think we're gonna break up before then. And if we are set to form new lows, lower lows, I think it's gonna happen by the 14th. I don't really think we're gonna keep trading in this channel right here. So let's see if that proves true. Let's see if I'm right or wrong, but that's probably the most of a prediction you will get out of me. And that's it. Thanks, Cryptonaut, who says, great vids, man. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it. Mexican Charlie Lee, Digibyte's not going to $1. Litecoin Moses, man, what are you doing? Nobody tipped you yet, so I had to. Thanks for all you do. I did get a couple tips earlier, and Litecoin Moses, I really appreciate that, man. And I'm actually curious. I see your comments all the time. What's your name? Is your name Moses? Curious. And I always think that. I see a lot of you all, and I comment back to a lot of you all, and I'm like, man, I wonder what their real name is. So let me know, Litecoin Moses, but I really appreciate that tip. I really do. Steven Herzog, Moses, we've tipped. Yes, can't discount Steven for his generosity as well. John asks, what's your Twitter, Moses? John Kim, you're back in the house. Did you delete your YouTube channel? Because I just tried to get everybody subscribed and it was not there. So appreciate it, Litecoin Moses, one more time. John, before I end this live stream, why don't you type in your YouTube channel in the chat so everybody can go subscribe. No? What? Oh, he's saying... Darren says, your videos always make me feel optimistic. Darren, I appreciate that. Even in a bear market, it's up. Lou, $1.99, man. Appreciate it. You all, man. Even when I can't get over this super chat thing. I can't tell you all how appreciative I am of you. I really enjoy doing these YouTube videos. I enjoy talking. I enjoy learning from all of you. Crypto is really exciting, so thank you just for watching. I mean, watching is enough for me, so I really appreciate it. Lou is a good guy. All right, so I am going to end the stream here. I really appreciate all of you. I'm going to go hang out with Sarah for a little. Let's see what the markets do tonight. If you're not following me on Twitter, please follow me. I will be, updating over there. I try and update regularly over there. And I'll post a link real quick. If you're not following me over there. And I don't know, did I just end the stream? I think I just ended the stream. Can you guys please let me know if you can hear me, because I think I just signed out. So let me go in here and see. No, the stream is still live. Wow, what are you, Lou? Oh man, dude. You are nuts. I can't get over that at all right now. What am I supposed to do here? You guys, Lou, you're making me blush, man. That's way too generous. If I could press send back, I would. Two for one says, was that $100 tip? And it was. That's nuts. Lou, I'm very appreciative, man. I could buy over a Litecoin with that right now. That's nuts. It's a wedding present. It's what you're supposed to buy a Litecoin, exactly. Lou, I can't tell you how much I'm appreciative of that. Thank you so much. It means a ton. It means a ton to myself and Sarah. Steven, but it's just, I appreciate that. Kevin Smith, we like to pay you so you can't leave. I will never leave you all. I'm here through thick and thin. Wow. Don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. I wish I could do so much more. And if there's anything you guys want out of this channel, it's actually a good opportunity to say that. If there's anything you guys want out of this channel and I haven't done it, please, suggestions are huge for me. If there's anything I can do to make this channel better, please let me know. I will always strive to do so. It's the least I can do for all of you for just watching, and then tips like that are ridiculous. I have more than enough LTC, says Lou. So appreciate it, Lou. Thanks again. Thanks, Steven. Thanks everybody that tipped and super chatted. It's totally unnecessary, but it's fun, and I appreciate it. So there was my Twitter I just posted. So go follow me. I will try and update all of you on price if we get some moves. Obviously, I think we're down a little bit since I started the live stream. Hopefully I'm not hurting price here. Steven, agree we need to get Tyler to live stream. You say God bless. That means the world to me, of course. God bless all of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm going to end the stream here. If you've watched, I really appreciate it. Super chatters, don't even know what to say. You leave me speechless. You leave me blushing red live. But I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you all in the next video, and God bless.